Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna, Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Guna, Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna, Hare Guna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Guna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guna,
Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Guna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guna, Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
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 Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna
Guna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare,
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Guna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Guna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Harinam, Harinam, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Harinam, Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Guna, Hare Guna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Guna, Hare Guna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Harinam, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna,
Harinam, Harinam.
Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Harinam,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare.
Hare Guna,
Harinam, Harinam, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Guna, Hare Guna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Harinam, Harinam, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Krishna,
Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Harinam,
Krishna,
Harinam,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Guna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Harinam,
Hare
Harinam,
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Harinam, Harinam,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Guna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Harinam,
Krishna,
Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Guna, Hare Guna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna,
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna. Harinam,
Hare
Harinam,
Guna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Harinam, Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
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 Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Harinam,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Harinam,
Krishna,
Harinam, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Harinam,
Krishna,
Guna,
Harinam,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Harinam,
Hare
Krishna,
Harinam, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Krishna,
Harinam,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Harinam,
Hare
Hare
Harinam,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Harinam, Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Guna, Hare
Harinam,
Krishna,
Guna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Harinam,
Krishna, Hare
Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Guna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Harinam,
Hare
Harinam,
Ram, Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Guna,
Harinam, Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Guna, Hare Guna,
Harinam, Harinam, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Harinam,
Guna,
Harinam,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Harinam
Hare
Guna,
Harinam
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Guna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Harinam Harinam Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Harinam
Krishna,
Krishna,
Harinam Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna, Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Harinam
Hare
Krishna,
Harinam
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Guna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Guna,
Hare
Harinam
Krishna,
Harinam Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Guna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Guna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Jai
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Hare
Mahaprabhu.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Guna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Guna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Guna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Guna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Guna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Guna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
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 Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Guna
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram Hare
Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Jai
Krishna
Shri
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna
Shri
Krishna
Hare
Advaita
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Guna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Guna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Guna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Chaitanya
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Jai
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare, Krishna Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Guna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Guna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Guna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Krishna
Shivasati
Krishna,
Gaur
Hare Hare,
Bhaktivinoda
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare
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 Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Guna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
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 Ram.
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna.
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna.
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Nam Nam
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Jai
Ram
Shri
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Jai
Ram,
Shri
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Nam Nam
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram Hare Ram
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 Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Guna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Guna, Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram, Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna, Hare
Ram
Guna.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram.
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare 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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Chaitanya
Hare
Krishna,
Prabhu
Ram
Hare
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 Nityananda
Ram,
Shri
Hare Ram.
Advaita
Krishna
Gadadhar Shivasadi
Krishna
Gaur
Krishna Hare Hare
Bhaktavinda
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna.
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram.
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram.
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
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 Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Guna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Guna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Jai
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Guna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Guna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Guna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare.
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
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 Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Ram
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram.
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare
जय
Ram
श्री
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Hare
चैतन्य
Krishna
प्रभु
Krishna Krishna
नित्यानंद
Krishna Hare
श्री
Hare
अद्वैत
Ram
गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर
Krishna
भक्तवृंद
Krishna Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna
राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare Ram
राम
Hare Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Ram
हरे
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna 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 Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम
Hare Ram Hare Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram
राम
Ram
राम
Ram Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram
राम
Ram
राम
Ram Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram
हरे
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare Hare
राम हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram Hare
कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna 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 Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna
हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram Hare Ram
हरे
Ram Ram
राम
Hare Hare Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Ram Ram
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare Krishna
राम
Krishna 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 Hare
हरे
Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram Hare
हरे
Ram Ram Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
हरे हरे
Hare Ram
हरे
Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
हरे
Ram
राम
Ram
राम
Ram Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna Hare Hare
राम
Hare
राम
Ram Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
हरे
Hare Ram Ram Ram
राम
Hare Hare
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Krishna Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare Hare
राम हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Ram Hare Ram
राम
Ram Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Hare Hare Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna Hare Hare
हरे
Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Ram
हरे
Ram Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna
राम
Krishna Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare
हरे
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare Hare
हरे राम
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
हरे
Ram Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna Hare
राम
Hare
राम
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Ram
राम
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram Hare
कृष्ण
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare
राम
Hare
राम
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Hare Ram
हरे
Hare Ram
राम
Ram
राम
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Ram
हरे
Ram Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम राम राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare, Krishna
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna.
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
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 Krishna
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
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 Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Jai Shri
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Jai
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Nityananda,
Krishna Hare
Priya
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram.
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Nityananda
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Ram Hare
Nityananda
Ram
Shri
Hare Krishna,
Advaita
Hare Krishna,
Gadadhar
Krishna,
Shivasari
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Gaura
Krishna Hare
Bhakta
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Ram
Rama,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Rama,
Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama, Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna.
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, 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 Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, 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 Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Hare.
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare.
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare.
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
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 Ram
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So we'll read Srimad Bhagavatam now. We are on 10 to 7, chapter 8. We are reading the Prahlad section because Narsinghadev appearance day is coming up in about 10 days. So we can be in Lord Narsinghdev's consciousness. So now we are in this section where Prahlad is going to offer his prayers. I think. Is it? Not yet. In the next chapter after this. Okay, Lord Narsinghadev slays the king of the demons. As described in this chapter, Hiranyakashipu was ready to kill his own son Prahlad Maharaj, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared in front of the demon as Sri Nrikesari, half lion, half man, and killed him. Following the instructions of Prahlad Maharaj, all the sons of demons became attached to Lord Vishnu. So Prahlad's preaching was very successful. He was preaching to his classmates. And because he was pure devotee and he was repeating exactly what he had heard from Narad Muni, adding his own realizations, they all became attached to Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When this attachment became pronounced, their teachers, Shanda and Amarka, were very much afraid that the boys would become more and more devoted to the Lord. So they would also become pure devotees. They were afraid, like Prahlad. More and more devoted. So they were very afraid. What will Hiranyakashipu say? In a helpless condition, they approached Hiranyakashipu and described in detail the effect of Prahlad's preaching. So they reported. Because previously they were chastised by Hiranyakashipu, Shanda and Amarka. Where has Prahlad learnt all this? They said, we are not teaching him. Then how did he learn all this? Did our Vaishnavas coming in disguise as spies and teaching my son? Go take him back and teach him nicely. And then again they were teaching. Prahlad was not listening. And then in the recess time now, he's not only not listening to what they are saying, means not accepting their teachings, although he was very respectful to Shanda and Amarka. But he was not accepting their teachings. And he's also preaching to his classmates. So now a lot of them are going to become devotees. In a helpless condition, they approached Hiranyakashipu and described in detail the effect of Prahlad's preaching. After hearing of this, Hiranyakashipu decided to kill his son Prahlad. So he had already tried many ways to kill Prahlad, but he had not tried it himself. He did not want, he was pushing him over a cliff, into a pit of snakes, into boiling oil, into the fire, under the ocean, under stampeding elephants. So many different ways he tried, but it was not working. And he tried repeatedly. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says it was not only one time he tried, like under pushing him off a cliff. He tried it repeatedly, but still Prahlad was not. And now he decided to kill himself. Hiranyakashipu was so angry that Prahlad Maharaj fell down at his feet and said many things just to pacify him. So he tried to calm down Hiranyakashipu. But he was unsuccessful in satisfying his demoniac father. So Hiranyakashipu represents, Ravana represents lust, right? And it's all connected, lust, anger, greed. So Here, Hiranyakashipu's desire to make Prahlad like him was not getting fulfilled, so he became angry. So, when our desires are not fulfilled, then we become angry. Kama krodho abhijayate. So, Hiranyakashipu was so angry that Prahlad Maharaj fell down at his feet and said many things just to pacify him. So, is he a Maharaj? No, he's only a 5-year-old child, but he's falling down at his. But he's Maharaj because real Maharaj is one who is, we say to sannyasis, we say Maharaj, right? Because they are supposed to be the king of their what?
Senses.
Senses. They're called Goswami Maharaj, like that. Swami Maharaj. They are not kings, but the thing is that they are supposed to be sannyasis, especially are so called Maharajas because they are supposed to be the king of their senses. So one who has conquered the mind and the senses, he's a king. And you can't conquer the mind and senses unless they are engaged in service of Krishna. So, so like that also is Maharaj because they have made their life successful because they have they are using their mind and senses in the service of Krishna. So Hiranyakashipu was so angry that Prahlad Maharaj fell down at his feet and said many things just to pacify him, but he was unsuccessful in satisfying his demoniac father. So we'll see what exactly he said to pacify his father in the verses coming up. Hiranyakashipu, as a typical demon, began to advertise himself as being greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Prahlad Maharaj challenged him, saying that Hiranyakashipu was not God, and began to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, declaring that the Lord is all pervading, that everything is under him, and that no one is equal to or greater than him. So many people, even great saints, they think that we are God. Tattvamasi, they say, I am that. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. Well, we are Brahman, but there is Para Brahman. We are not God. So many people have this conception. This is the last, snare of Maya. It is described, right? This is the last thing. We have come here in this material world because we wanted to be God. We wanted to be God, so we came into this cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, why we are punished in the cycle of birth and death? What is the reason we have to go through this cycle of birth and death? That is the reason that we wanted to be God. So that's why we are going through the difficulties and the challenges of this material existence. And so everybody is in this consciousness, right? I mean, we don't say like that. I am. Some people say yes, you will realize that you are God. When you get out of illusion, you will realize you are God. But then, if you are God, then what is the argument? When you get out of, some people say, when you get out of illusion, then you'll realize you are God. But then what is the argument which defeats this? Is that
If you were God, then why were you put into illusion?
then how can God come under illusion? That means illusion is more powerful than God. Some people say when we'll get out of Maya, then we'll realize we are God. But if you are under Maya, means God has come under the control of Maya. Then how can he be God if you are under illusion? So who put you into illusion? So thus he requested his father to be submissive to the omnipotent Supreme Lord. So he says, you are not God. Hiranyakashipu was declaring himself as Supreme Personality of Godhead or greater than Supreme. And Prahlad Maharaj was challenging him, saying, no, you are not God. The more Prahlad Maharaj glorified the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the more angry and agitated the demon became. Like if you don't like somebody and somebody glorifies that person, right? on and on and on and on. Then you become angry. Stop it. Right? Because you don't like. Hiranyakashipu doesn't like Vishnu. And Prahlad Maharaj is going on and on. And the more he's glorifying, the more angry Hiranyakashipu is becoming. Hiranyakashipu asked his Vaishnav son whether his God existed within the columns of the palace, and Prahlad Maharaj immediately accepted that since the Lord is present everywhere, he was also present within the columns of his palace himself. When he read the boy's statement as just the talk of a child and forcefully struck the pillar with his fist. Okay. As soon as Hiranyakashipu struck the column, there issued forth a tumultuous sound. A loud sound came. Of course, the pillar is breaking, but sound that was disproportionate to the pillar breaking. Right? Of course, the pillar breaks, there is some sound, but this was much, much, much more. At first, Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, could not see anything but the pillar. But to substantiate Prahlad's statements, the Lord came out of the pillar in his wonderful incarnation as Narsimha, half lion and half man. Hiranyakashipu could immediately understand that the extraordinary, wonderful form of the Lord was surely meant for his death. He had not seen any species of life like this, and thus he prepared to fight with the form of half lion and half man. The Lord performed this pastime by fighting with the demon for some time, and in the evening, on the border between day and night, the Lord captured the demon, threw him on his lap, and killed him by piercing his abdomen with his nails. So, when did the Lord appear?
Twilight.
Huh?
Middle of it's evening time.
Dusk
Not
time that
morning.
where not more day
Not
and night.
morning, not day. Yeah, between day and night.
It was twilight.
Yeah, that was when he was killed, but when did he appear?
Or in the morning.
Yeah, he appeared like before, like maybe few hours before. It doesn't say when exactly, but yeah, morning or midday. Yeah, he appeared like that. But he did
And he
not kill
fought
him.
for some time.
He fought for some time, yes. Like playing with Hiranyakashipu. Like, what is the analogy given? What is that?
Cat playing with the mouse.
The cat playing with a mouse before the mouse is killed by the cat. So, what is the lesson? That Krishna allows us to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are playing for 50, 60 years here. And Krishna allows us to play. So we build our, what is
Pride.
that? Yeah.
We get frustrated.
Yeah, we build our castle, the sand castle, right? They say the child, the child goes on the beach
Mm-hmm.
and builds a
Builds
sand
the
castle, and then
waves come and destroy it.
and he's building this castle whole day, and the father at night says, "Oh, we have to go home. We can't stay at night on the beach." But the son says, "Well, I built all my castles whole day in the sun, you know, so much wonderful sand castle I built." So, but father says, "No, no, no, we have to go home. We cannot sleep here on the beach. We have to go home." And then that going home is like gone. Why? Because at night the wave came because of the high tide, and all the sand castles were destroyed. So we build our whole empire, and death comes, and then everything is finished. And the next life means like next day. You come and you start again from scratch, right? Of course, because you get birth in a certain family, you already get certain amount of, wealth and things like that. But you have to start again. So so sometimes they say, if you are angry, then think of Narsingha anger. Narsingha anger is much, 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 much more. because Lord is supreme in all respects. So when he becomes angry, he becomes angry like nobody else. So our anger is like small compared to, we've also become angry, but our anger is small compared to Hiranyakashipu's anger. I mean, Narsingadev's anger. So if you think of Narsingadev's anger, we will calm down. Like if I'm angry and you're more angry than me, much more, then my anger is not, then I will lose my anger. So they say like that. The entire universe was thus relieved of the rule of Hiranyakashipu, and everyone was jubilant in transcendental bliss. Hiranyakashipu was killed, everybody was very happy. Then all the demons, all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, approached the Lord. These included the great saintly persons, the Pitas, the Siddhas, Vidyadharas, the Nagas, the Manus, Prajapatis, Gandharvas, Charanas, the Yakshas, the Kimpurushas and the Vaitalikas, and the Kinnaras, and also many other varieties of human beings in human form. All of them stood not far from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and began offering their prayers unto the Lord, whose spiritual effulgence was brilliant as he sat on the throne. So the Supreme Lord, as Narsingadev, sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. And all the Devatas came and they were offering prayers. Or at least they were in a submissive mood. And then in the next chapter we'll read, nobody wanted to go near Narsingadev. They told Lakshmi, go. Lakshmi said, I have not seen my husband in a form like this. Of course, Narsingadev and Lakshmi Narsinga form is eternal, right? It is not like first time. So Lakshmi might have seen before also, but she became covered up by Yoga Maya, you could say. And she didn't want to go because they wanted all to give glory to Prahlad. So, okay, so now we'll read the verses. So the conversation is going on between Narad Muni and who?
Yudhishthir Maharaj.
Yudhishthir Maharaj. Because Yudhishthir Maharaj asked the question to Narad Muni that if Prahlad was such a great devotee, why did his father was wanting to kill him? If your son is bad, then okay. Still you don't kill him, but if your son is very good, is a good devotee, then why would you want to kill him? So Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narad Muni that question, and Narad Muni then narrated the whole. Before that, so many things, Shishupal and okay. Shinarada Uvacha Atha Daitya Suta Sarve Shrutva Tad Anuvarnitam Jagrur Niravadyatvan Naiva Gurva Anusikshitam. Narad Muni continued, all the sons of the demons appreciated the transcendental instructions of Prahlad Maharaj and took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instruction given by their teachers, Shanda and Amarka. So their hearts got transformed and they did not accept the instructions of Shanda and Amarka. This is the effect of preaching of a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. So what happens is that when we hear from Srila Prabhupada or pure devotees, then what happens? Then our value system changes. Value system means we give more importance to this spiritual. And if somebody gives us materialistic instructions, we don't accept it. So this is what happened. And actually, one can see that this material life, when we are preached to by a pure devotee, we can understand our precarious situation in this material existence and the bigger picture, and we become more like intellectually convinced. First we become intellectually convinced that there is something wrong with this material existence in this cycle of birth and death I'm going through. I'm leading my life in a wrong way. So then you change your life. This is the effect of preaching of a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. If a devotee is qualified, sincere, and serious about Krishna consciousness, and if he follows the instructions of a bona fide spiritual master, as Prahlad Maharaj did when preaching the instructions he had received from Narad Muni, his preaching is effective. So that is how preaching is effective, when we can turn people to Krishna consciousness. When they want to serve Krishna, they take up the chanting of the holy name. That is when the preaching is effective. So Prabhupada is saying, Prahlad Maharaj did when preaching the instructions he had received from Narad Muni. His preaching is no. If a devotee is qualified, so if we repeat the message, if we are sincere and serious about Krishna consciousness, and if we follow the instructions of the bona fide spiritual master, like Prahlad Maharaj, then our preaching becomes effective. So if we want to bring others to Krishna consciousness, first we have to become qualified, sincere, and serious, and follow the instructions of the pure devotees. And then when we preach, then our preaching will be effective. As it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-25, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha. If one tries to understand the discourses given by the Sat or pure devotees, those instructions will be very pleasing to the ear and appealing to the heart. So we have to just hear. Karna. Karna means the ear. This is very rasayana katha, the nectar of Krishna consciousness is very pleasing to the ear and the heart. Bhavanti rit karna rasayana katha. So we have to just sit down and hear. Thus, if one is inspired to take to Krishna consciousness, and if one practices the process in his life, he is surely successful in returning home back to Godhead. So we will go to eternal life full of happiness. We'll go back home if we practice this process. And if we are not successful fully, then next life again we will start. By the grace of Prahlad Maharaj, all his class friends, the sons of demons, became Vaishnavas. So Vaishnavas are how one becomes Vaishnava, by coming in contact with other Vaishnavas. And how empowered is a Vaishnava? How much empowered? What is that? How do you know who is empowered Vaishnava? By
Falayate prayachate. By seeing the results.
by how many others he has converted to Vaishnavism. So, of course, there are great exalted devotees who are bhajananandis, but yeah, they also may be very advanced. But one is that Prabhupada writes in one purport that how many people they have influenced to become devotees of Krishna. So we can see Prabhupada was especially empowered, because without being empowered, no one can what?
Preach.
No one can propagate the Sankirtan movement. Yeah, preach. Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Shakti Vina,
नहीं तारा प्रवर्तन.
Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tar Pravartan. In the, let's see.
It's CC Ante 7.11.
So that means we can inspire others to chant Hare Krishna. we can inspire others to engage in service of Krishna. Okay. If one tries to understand, okay, by the grace of Prahlad Maharaj, all his class friends, the sons of demons, became Vaishnava. Economic development and similar topics meant exclusively for sense gratification. So they lost interest. After hearing from Prahlad, they lost interest in this, how to increase sense gratification in this world. That means preaching was effective. They became detached. Okay. Anything else anybody like to say on this verse? Any comments? Questions?
Srila Prabhupada writes that in this purport also writes that the secret of effective preaching, right? One has to be very sincere and serious. Then only it has an impact. Otherwise, it's like a beating the empty husk, right? So, like here, Prahlad Maharaj and others are demons, students, are all our same age, right? But Prahlad Maharaj is 5 years old and he is a pure devotee. Called him like Maharaj. He is a pure devotee because he is very sincere and serious, and he is following the instruction of Narad Muni. On the contrary, they are even if we see that there's a Skanda and Amarka was a Brahmanas, they were a disciple of a Shukracharya, but they are led by the so-called gurus who is just teaching the topics that which is meant for the sense gratification. So, so this is as a disciple also, like we can understand that if someone is teaching not the real purpose of a human life, it can be rejected, right? Like they are the students, they reject their teacher. And yeah, and this is also thinking that so one should not attach with even in India we see that many times we see the teachers who are, I mean, I don't know, there's so different kinds of philosophies they are teaching. And the student and the disciples and followers are just blindly follow them. So that is also not it's if someone is not getting the pure message of unalloyed bhakti is not acceptable.
Yes, then such a guru can be
I
rejected.
think
Yeah.
Um,
I think that the Brahmins in Hiranyakashipu's kingdom were also born of demon families, and that's why probably they followed Shukracharya, because there are two Shukracharyas. So first is the Shukradev, and second is Shukracharya. They were split. Uh, that there is a different story behind that. So Shukradev is the real Venus, and Shukracharya is the demonic teacher. So that's the difference actually.
Okay. So although Shanda and Amarka were like elder to Prahlad and all the children, still the children did not follow the elder, right? Because they were giving the wrong instruction. And because they got convinced from the heart, because Krishna consciousness like resonates when somebody, because we are naturally Krishna conscious, and but we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. So when Krishna consciousness is preached by a pure devotee, I mean, it may not resonate with everybody, but many times it resonates. So it was resonating with. They were preaching politics, diplomacy, and all these different things, economic development. But Prahlad's teachings resonated more with the his classmates than Shanda and Amarka. So Krishna consciousness is actually innate in everybody's heart. It is there, and if we actually come in contact with a pure devotee, then it will actually, yeah, we'll feel that this is the right path. So this is the right thing. But not everybody feels like that. That's also there. But
Yeah. So we say that if you want to be cheated, then you will find cheating gurus and you will not find any problems with whatever they are saying, because they are saying whatever is in your interest. You want sense gratification and they are showing you the path of sense gratification. So you will not find any problem unless some mercy comes and you come in contact with a pure devotee, and then you realize that, oh, I was on a wrong path.
Yeah.
Krishna bhakti janma mool hoy sadhu sanga. Krishna prema janmete ho punya mukha. So bhakti comes from another bhakta. Somehow Krishna's causeless mercy, when it comes, you come across a pure devotee. Then your life's direction changes.
What is the verse? Krishna Bhakti. Krishna.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल होए साधु संगा कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मिते हो पुण्य मुख अंगा. And even when Krishna Prem has emerged in you, then also the sadhu sangha is the first, is very important. Not that, okay, now I've become a pure devotee, I can do bhakti by myself.
All right. Okay, especially in Kali Yuga, they say like that. And other time also, right? We see Bharat Maharaj also, we say like that. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So anything else on this?
Yeah, like the sadhus cut the bondage of attachment. Like here, the Prahlad Maharaj was saying the everything before that when he was saying that this material world is dukhalaya, I mean, like that, the attached, like grihastha life, like family bondage. So everything, like there's some the pure devotees in one of the lecture, I think, as V. Keshav Swami was mentioning that the sadhus are sometimes act like a surgeon. They they first run the test, the medicines, and diagnose the problem and then give anesthesia. So I mean, he was telling that, like, sometimes the sadhus is not like that, cut the first. He do many things before. Like he has to understand that what they run the test and they understand what is the problem, what is the root cause of the problem, and then give the anesthesia and then cut it and then uh, take out the problem. So so preaching, if he sometimes he doesn't mean to use strong words to in preaching in such a way, like creating the powerful transformation in the heart. So, like Narad Muni also, like many times Narad Muni, sometimes he uses, like Vidura uses the strong words and sharp words to Dhritarashtra. Other like Narad Muni was uses to Mrigari. He did not use a very heavy words in the beginning. He did not say that you are a sinful person and anything like that. But instead he said that why don't you just kill fully? You're killing even halfway or full way. Killing is not good, it's bad, it's sinful activity. So I mean, the main problem is how one can appear devotee is thinking that he analyze the situation, analyze the person probably, and he accordingly he uses the words and the way to create a transformation in the heart.
Yeah, like Valmiki, he was not able to
Yeah.
chant the Ram Nam. So Narad Muni told him to chant Mara instead. And chanting Mara, 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 he became pure devotee. He didn't give up on him that you're so sinful that you're not able to chant even the name of Ram, so I give up on you. Devotees never give up.
As Krishna never gives up, devotees also never give up. Yeah. Okay. Like Prabhupada would say, if somebody has gone like that, they can come back again. It's not like the doors are always open. Krishna's doors are always open for us unconditionally. He's waiting, like we say like that. So otherwise, if Krishna gives up on us, then finished. We are done. We may give up on somebody. Sometimes we say, yeah, this person, yeah, he's not responding, he's not responding. But Krishna is just waiting. Infinite patience Krishna has. So he's just waiting. So that's how kind the Lord is, because he has so much love, because we are all his children. The father sometimes will never give up on their children. Even if they have done some things, they will come back, then father will still accept them. In this world, I'm saying. Okay. So the next verse. Sometimes,
Prabhuji, only Lord Krishna has that kind of patience and kindness, no? Like it's not possible for anybody on this planet. Even the Shaktavesh avatars also sometimes they lose their patience.
but pure devotees have the qualities of Krishna, so they can be like that also. Those who are Krishna conscious, they are pure devotees. They, yeah. Okay.
Prabhupada had that, right? So many disciples fell down and went and did some bad activities. Someone sold the temple also, and built his own business. Still, Prabhupada says, I can never reject him. If he wants to come back, like Lord Ram also says to Ravan, I mean, to Vibhishan, he was saying, even if Ravan comes back and bows down to me and says, once I'm yours, I will forgive all the sins that he has done.
Yeah.
So, Prabhupada also many times he said that I will still accept him.
Correct. So let's see something in that light from Giriraj Maharaj. Yeah, here it is. There is another incident in Bombay. One of Srila Prabhupada's very early disciples from America had come to India and was in Calcutta, and there he fell into smoking ganja, marijuana, because they were doing it previously. And then the Calcutta temple president did not know what to do. So he phoned Bombay. So, and Srila Prabhupada didn't generally that, and almost never would he personally take a phone call. And in Bombay also he did not personally take the phone call. So there was phone. I don't remember who did, but he. So the temple president was waiting on the line and he explained the situation. And one of Prabhupada's secretaries informed him. And Srila Prabhupada said that tell him, you tell the disciple, if he doesn't stop smoking ganja, I will reject him. And that was the message. But after the phone call, Tamal Krishna Goswami asked Srila Prabhupada, is it true that you would reject him if he doesn't stop smoking ganja? And Srila Prabhupada said, no, it's not true. I cannot reject anyone. And Tamal Krishna Goswami said, but don't you have to draw the line somewhere? And Srila Prabhupada replied, the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu has no limit. So that was his mood. He was very much in the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. So of course we don't like take advantage and say like that. Take advantage of the unlimited mercy, but we should try. Like I was reading, let me share, in the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Prabhupada writes one statement that one should strenuously try to control. Who remembers that statement? In the fifth chapter of Bhagavad, one should strenuously try to control.
The mind.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's the same, but he says the exact statement is, of course, mind. Of course, that's yeah. Strenuously try to control the mind, but he says one should strenuously try to control desire and anger. It is a duty of transcendentalist to try strenuously, means with great effort, to control desire and anger. Desire means, of course, mind. Ultimately, all the mind. So there is a little thing from Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. We can read this. So Arjuna gets a question at this point. This is 5th chapter, 23rd verse in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I know, even if I agree that material enjoyment leads to misery, because before that, Krishna spoke about this verse, Yehi sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yona yavate. I think that is 522. That material enjoyment gives misery. So then in 523, Arjuna gets a question at this point. Yes, I know, of course, he is not saying the question, but anticipating that Arjuna might be thinking like that. Krishna is speaking the next verse. Even if I agree that material enjoyment leads to misery, but still by knowing this, my desires won't go away. The desires stay. So what should I do? So even though I know material enjoyment leads to misery, but my material desires don't go away. So what should I do? So Krishna says, tolerate. He throws a challenge to Arjuna. Tolerate. So that's the verse. Shaknoti haiva yah shodham prak sharira vimokshanat. Then kama krododbhavam vegam sayukta sa sukhi naraha. Before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the urges of the material senses and check the force of desire and anger, he is well situated and is happy in this world. So what is he supposed to tolerate? What? Kama krodod bhavam vegam. That's the word used here. In the Kama krodod bhavam vegam. So, like we have that vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. So, certain urges come. By lust and anger, certain urges come. Tolerate them. And how long to tolerate them? Prag sharira vimokshanat. These urges are born from the body. And since they are born from the body, you have to tolerate them as long as you have the body. Very difficult. Now this can be sobering. Means whole life, basically. And also it can be hope-giving. Sobering means we know that we have to struggle as long as we have the body. But as we purify, the struggle becomes more and more manageable. This struggle becomes more and more winnable for us. Prak shariro vimokshanat. What will happen? Sayukta, such a person will be well situated. Not only well situated, such a person will be happy. Sa sukhi naraha. So if you tolerate, then you will become well situated and you will be happy. It is interesting what Sri Krishna is telling over here. That urges will come, but tolerate it. Of course, we can't tolerate until we have Krishna with us, because we will succumb. So that's why we have to be Krishna conscious. It is interesting what Sri Krishna is telling over here, that urges will come, but tolerate it. O Arjuna, you are a warrior. You can tolerate on slaughter. You keep fighting. So he's saying that Arjuna can fight even when he's wounded. He will still fight. You keep fighting in a war even if you are wounded. Can you tolerate attack of lust and anger and fight back even when you are wounded? Shaknoti, tolerate. So even we may fall down something, but we have to fight back. Right? That's basically just as a warrior, even if he's wounded, he will keep fighting. So tolerance is the wall between temptation and transgression. So there is temptation and there is transgression, means actually doing it. And tolerance is like there is a temptation and transgression means doing it. So there is a desire and then there is the transgression means the action. So there is a wall between. Temptation means, oh, I wanted to enjoy some images come up in our mind, some desires come up. We start feeling temptation. Now all of us will get temptation. But transgression means when we act on temptation and we do something wrong, it is not that every time there is temptation, there is transgression. No, that is not necessary. The tolerance is the wall. Suppose a vehicle is moving from one point to another. Suddenly there is a wall. So the vehicle cannot move. So tolerance is the wall that prevents temptation from transgression. So you have to tolerate till you get a higher taste. But when you get higher taste, then it's like no brainer. It's like you don't even look at it. As Yamunacharya says, when temptation come, I will tolerate it. It will go away. It won't be there forever. Calm down, calm down. Don't get excited about it. Shaknoti, if possible, tolerate it. Now, all of us tolerate various things in our life. If you are working with superiors and he says some harsh words, we will not snap back to the person or reply back harshly. like at job, right? If some our boss says something, we don't maybe not snap back because our job is very important to us, right? So we may not like to like that. All these things are that he's saying. So if I snap back, it will make things worse. Later, I will communicate myself properly, my feelings, my concern. Later, I'll communicate. So we all have to use tolerance. Tolerance is not necessarily weakness. Actually, often it is intolerance that makes us weak. Tolerance can help us become strong, so we can help us choose the right response. So sometimes we have to make the response. It's not like always you tolerate. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying in um, second chapter, matras. What is the verse? Matra sparshas.
मात्रा स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखद आगाम आगामितानो अनित्यास्तं तितक्षस्व भारत.
So what Krishna is asking Arjuna to tolerate here? That's important. What do you think he is asking to tolerate?
Uh,
What is Krishna asking Arjuna to tolerate?
Tolerate. I mean, Arjuna doesn't want to fight with and he's feeling compassion and urge to give up and go to the forest. So tolerate his mind. His mind is telling him that this is not the right thing to do. Killing his own family members. He doesn't see any good that comes out of it. So do your duty. Don't emotions. Tolerate his emotions.
Yes, correct. So,
Yeah, happiness and distress, sukha and dukh, they will come as a season.
yeah. So,
I mean,
he,
sukha and dukh is also come from the mind, right? How the mind perceive things, right?
correct,
So it's all the concoction of the mind,
correct.
and has the mental and even in say in which verse is saying that you have to give up the desires come from the mental concoction. So yeah, I mean these are all come from the mind, how we perceive things, how we take things, the same situation. Um, yeah, so Krishna is many places he was saying that to give up these things, or either you give up, you control, or you tolerate, or engagement.
So, yes. So, tolerate means he has to tolerate uh, because he doesn't like to kill Drona and Bhishma. He's not saying that tolerate all the insult of the Kauravas, right? That was also there, right? They tried to kill them, and so he should not react. He's not saying about that tolerance, that you shouldn't tolerate. He's saying you have to fight. But while fighting, he has to tolerate because Bhishma and Drona are his superiors. The Dronacharya only taught him all this, everything. But now he has to shoot arrows against Dronacharya. So he has to tolerate that pain and still carry on. So, so sometimes, yeah, you have to tolerate. Sometimes you have to. Actually, he was saying, "I'll go to the forest." Even they have done so many things. I don't want to fight. That's also another tolerance, right? That you don't want to react to whatever injustices they have done, and even they have taken the kingdom. It's okay. He's saying, "Okay, I'll beg. I don't want the kingdom." But Krishna is saying, "No, no. Now you cannot. You have to fight." So anyway, so some things we can tolerate. Some things there has to be some action also. So like if somebody is doing something in which is affecting the community, right? Like that, something like they are. Then if you then tolerate that person, then it will become more bigger and bigger, 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 bigger. And sometimes they say we should tolerate for ourselves. But if somebody, let's say, husband and wife are there, and the husband is beating the wife, right? The wife can maybe tolerate a little bit, but then if he constantly keeps beating and she keeps tolerating, then what will happen? Then she may lose her life also, or some bad thing may happen. So there are sometimes you have to tolerate, sometimes you have to act like that. So now all of us tolerate. So this is we have to tolerate all our desires and that things that are not favorable. Internal tolerance. This is like tolerate means to also tolerate other people. Prabhupada says, as Krishna is tolerating us, you should, as I am tolerating you, you should also tolerate others. Means so Krishna is also tolerating us, even though we are so bad and doing so many things. Krishna is tolerating us. So that is also there. Now all of us tolerate various things in our life. If you are working with superiors, okay. So tolerance is not necessarily weakness. So tolerance is the strength and lack of tolerance is weakness, and because it makes us slave to impulses. So Krishna said, tolerate. It is possible for you. Arjuna, a warrior, if challenges are thrown, he will accept and he will say, yes, I can do it. So that is how we should feel. When the temptation comes, we shouldn't think, oh, temptation has come, I have to fall down. What can I do if temptation are coming? No, the temptation simply indicates that we have become disconnected from Shri Krishna. So when temptation comes, it doesn't mean that we have to do sense gratification. In certain countries like America, the roads are long and clear. So sometimes a person will doze off while driving on the side of the road. So we have that, it will alert us, oh, you are going off the track. So there'll be jolts when suddenly we'll wake up. Like exit also, right? Sometimes exit, it's 25 miles an hour exit, and you are exiting from the highway at 70 miles. So there are like, those tracks on the road. So they will make sound to alert you that you have to slow down. So jolts are warning that when one is going off track. So as soon as the jolt comes, he pulls the vehicle back on track. So similarly, when the material desire starts raising in our mind, it's simply we are going off track. When temptation starts coming in our mind and it starts agitating us, that means our connection with Krishna has become weak. At that moment, we are meant to be going straight on Krishna conscious track, but we are going off track. So when we are straight off track, what will we do? Pull back and come on track. Not that because temptation has come, I have to go and fall down. Because jolt has come, so I have to go and hit. No, it is not like that. So at that time, pull back. So rather than see temptation as cause for giving up, we should see arrival for temptation as cause for retaliation. My mind is off track, so I will fight and I'll bring it back on track. Like that. It is not safe to fall back on sleeping, but it happens, so we have to pull back. So, okay. So how do we pull back? Now is the time to put more effort and pull back on track. Chant Hare Krishna. Remember some philosophy. Pray to Shri Krishna. Think of some beautiful pictures of deities. Sing some melodious bhajan. Some prayers all of us should have ready. Stock of weapons. All related to Krishna. Either you remember some verse from Bhagavad Gita, some intelligence, or you sing some bhajan, or pray to Krishna very desperately. Or maybe just talk to some devotee, or all of us should have ready stock of weapons. When we beat down the temptation, we become calm, we become composed, and then we can come back on track. Shri Krishna is saying tolerate till prak sharira vimokshanat, till the moment of death. Actually, we should never let our guard down. If a firefighter has become expert after many years of service, it is not that fires are going to become weak after seeing him. He has become more expert by practice. First time when he sees big fire, he becomes nervous, and water pipe itself will fall from his hand. And then someone gives him more courage by cheering up, and as he works, fire starts extinguishing. But for an experienced firefighter, when he sees fire, he knows what to do and where to put more water, and exactly with intelligence, with diligence, and with speed, he extinguishes the fire. So it is not that fires will shut off because firefighter is having experiences. So lust is like a fire. So it is not that just I have practices Krishna consciousness for 5, 10, 15 years. It is not that lust of fire will not set off. So there will be provocation of sense objects. Of course, our provocation will be lesser, but it doesn't matter where the provocation is lesser or not. The important thing is we have the means, we have the knowledge to extinguishing it. So rather than lamenting that why these fires of lust are coming, we should be more experienced, more seasoned, that when fire is set up, extinguishing them by fire fire hose. And what is our fire hose? Our fire hose is remembrance of Sri Krishna. Then fire will start extinguishing. So what we should expect is not that these desires won't come. Actually, the desires will also stop coming, but they will not stop coming because we expect them to stop coming. They will stop coming when we repeatedly and insistently say no to them. No, nothing doing, nothing doing. Every time we indulge in desire, the desire pleases more. And every time we say no to them, the desire dies down, dies down. Sometimes when we say no to desire, it becomes stronger. We say no to temptation, and we feel that temptation is troubling me more. Actually, it is not like that. Srila Prabhupada gives example of a tiger trained in circus. Initially, when tiger does the things, he will feed, otherwise the tiger is not fed. So when the tiger is not fed, the tiger will start roaring more and more, threatening as if it is going to shake off and break off the whole cage itself, the way it roars. An inexperienced observer will think that it is better to feed the tiger. But the experienced circus trainers say no, tiger may be roaring louder, but it is becoming weaker. It is roaring louder externally, but because it is not getting fed, it is becoming weaker. And if one can tolerate that how much loud you roar, I'm not going to threat. I'm not going to, the tiger cannot come out of the cage. It can't do anything. Then gradually it will calm down, understanding that my roaring will not get me anything. It's like the bad dog and the good dog. I have to simply do what this trainer is telling. Then I will get food. Otherwise, I will not get food. Then tiger will become obedient. And after the tiger becomes obedient, it has to be dealt with caution. It cannot be trusted very easily. When the mind said enjoy, we say no. The mind will say enjoy. Start roaring like a tiger. Come on, do it. And we fold our hand. Don't trouble me so much. We start becoming submissive to the mind instead of becoming submissive to Krishna. We start becoming submissive to the mind. We don't have to become submissive to the mind. We should not be doing like this. Mind may be screaming louder, but if you don't fulfill it, it will become weaker. It will become weaker. Initially, it will roar and roar, but if you don't fulfill its desire, it will whimper and become silent. So repeatedly and consistently, we have to say no to the desire and not intimidated by threats. Then they will become weaker. So when we become seasoned, we don't expect desires to go away. Rather, we become expert in our responses like an expert firefighter. We'll become quick in responses, quick and expert. And this is how I will douse or extinguish this fire. Secondly, what we should do is when we are practicing spiritual life is we don't be intimidated by threats and starve the mind. When we starve the mind, it will eventually become silenced. So Krishna is saying Shaknoti, it is possible for you, Arjun. If it is possible for you, then you will become Sukhi. Yuktaha means well situated. Sukhi means happy. Actually, we will be relieved, will be happy when we are detached. If we are nudging our desires, we'll be blazing more and more and we will never have happiness. The Prabhupada's purport, it is the duty of the transcendentalist to try strenuously to control desire and anger. This is very significant usage. Try strenuously. Srila Prabhupada says most people try strenuously to fulfill the desires. So material desires, we try very hard, right, to fulfill our material desires. Materialists, to fulfill the desire, what all they are ready to do. When a boy falls in love with a girl, he's ready to do so much that people read it in novel, watch it in movies. He's ready to even risk his life, risk his good name, risk everything for the sake of love. Actually, most of that love is lust. But the point is that people are ready to strenuously work for that. People strenuously work to fulfill their desires. But devotees strenuously work to transcend their desires. So like somebody was saying, working hard. What is that? Working hard to
Stay in the material world.
or working hard to get out of the material world. Right? So we are working hard, but what are we doing? We are working hard to stay in the material world, or we are working hard to get out of the material world. That is the thing. So materialists are working very hard to fulfill their desires. But devotees strenuously work to transcend their desires. They tolerate first and then transcend. So no doubt the spiritual life is hard work. The work is inner, it is inward, not outward. So we have to work on our consciousness. But work is no doubt there, and when we will do the work, the result is far, far better, far greater. When we fulfill our desire, the result is going to be temporary. If the desire is fulfilled, the result will not be attainable, not palatable, not retainable. If we become purified, that is going to be ever relishable, ever fresh. That is what we are going to get. Therefore, a devotee learns to tolerate. A devotee becomes determined to tolerate. Okay. So, anyway, I don't know how we discussed this, but yeah, we have to control our desire and anger strenuously with great effort. And it's like war, right? So, you have to be very determined. And we may fail also, but then again, you have to get up and be determined, right? So, strong determination. Prabhupada had strong determination. Despite so many setbacks, right? He would go to the shipping, dock, and he would see which ship is going back. But he would never, and the man was saying, "You're coming here and inquiring about the schedule of ship going back from New York to India back. But you never board it." So Prabhupada was getting that like urge to go back because of so many difficulties. But he persisted and he got success. So never give up. That's basically. Okay. So it's 8:35. And one more verse. So you have to be ready to fight. Right? If you want to become Krishna conscious, you have to be ready to fight. Like even when we chant Hare Krishna, we should be in a fighting mood, right? That if my mind goes somewhere, I'm not going to listen. I'm going to bring it back to the sound of Krishna's name, to Krishna, back to Krishna, remembrance of Krishna. So that's like, and we have to constantly instruct the mind, right? Mana shiksha. So that's very. Otherwise, the mind will like instruct us. If you don't instruct the mind, then mind will instruct us. If you don't control the mind, then the mind will control us. So we have to, like, that's why we have all this in betweens. Many times they have the Japa, inspirations that we used to read also. So that, like that, we have to inspire ourselves by remembering something. So get back on track. Okay. Athacharya sutas tesham. One more verse and then we stop. Buddhim ekanta sanstitam alakshya bhitas tvarito ragya avedayad yatha. Another trick of Maya is that Maya says, "Oh, you have failed, you're never going to make it. You have failed. So you're not going to make it in mind control, sense control, because from the past it's like, okay, you have failed. So now give up. Now don't keep trying. Give up. It's not going to work." So that's also another thing, right? So Maya makes us give up our fight because we lose hope that yeah, it's not working. Like Narad Muni also told Dhruva Maharaj, many people have tried, to attain God, but they have failed. What are your chances of success? You're only 5-year-old boy. Go back now. Come back when you are grown up. Then maybe you can pursue finding God. But right now you go back. You're too young. And many people tried in the past and they have failed. So what are your chances? So like that, we are in the kingdom of Maya. So like that, most people are not interested or they're not. Yeah. So we should not give up that, but we should look at the good examples of devotees who are, and then take inspiration. As yesterday you were saying, right? We look at the other devotees who are with good qualities and how determined they are And Prabhupada's example is there for all of us. The Lilamrita, how determined he was. So we can derive inspiration from his life. Okay, so, and yeah, if we really, really want to do it from the core of our heart, we'll do it. Like if we really, really have to catch the flight, even if it's early flight, but if we really, then we will do whatever it takes. We'll make, and despite our best effort, we still may not. That's okay. But we tried our best. We tried everything we had. So
Mhm. And there is no other way.
there is no other way. Yes. What is the other
Prabhuji,
truth?
Preeti cannot see your screen.
Huh?
Preeti cannot see your screen.
Okay. Is it? I'm sharing, but is it everybody else
No,
can see, not see?
I can see your screen.
Okay, let me share again. Now.
I can see now.
Preeti, can you call?
Yeah. Can you see
Yeah,
now?
even if yeah, we see it.
Preeti can see.
Yes, I can see.
Okay,
I can
yeah.
see.
Go ahead. Right.
Yeah, even if we fail,
Hmm.
there is no other way, as I was saying.
Hmm.
We have to try. This is the process.
Yeah.
We have to hold on to the pure devotees who have more strength. And yeah, we are motivated and we become more enthusiastic in their association.
Correct. Hold on to the holy name, the practices of Krishna consciousness, and hold on to the association of devotees. Yeah. So even if we say, what is the other way? There is no other truth than Krishna consciousness. Right? There is no alternative. Can anybody tell us what is
I
the
have a
third?
question here, Prabhuji.
Go ahead.
So if we hold on to stronger devotees, doesn't it mean that it is some kind of attachment?
No, hold on means hold on to their instructions.
So
So
like Hanumanji or like that?
that means like you hear regularly from the advanced devotees, and you like we are hearing so many classes from different devotees. So, and Srila Prabhupada is, of course, we are reading his book, we are getting association with Prabhupada. Who is more advanced than Srila Prabhupada? He's Mahabhagavad. So, we are getting his association. So,
Yeah, but some living devotees example is good.
yeah.
So we engage in service with them. We do as they are doing. We hear from them.
Correct.
So even Kapil Dev says that yeah, you become instead of becoming attached to the materialists, you become attached to a self-realized devotees, right? Prasanga Majram Pashmatmana
Yeah.
Kave. Attached means not on the bodily platform, but spiritually you become attached to the instructions they are giving you, the services that they're giving you. You want to please them. You want to follow their instructions.
Yeah, because when you have attachment, then you want to please them. So, whatever they want you to do, you'll do. So, that's how you make. And they want you to engage in Krishna consciousness. Like Prabhupada wanted his books to be distributed, and so many things. Propagate Krishna consciousness, like that. So, yeah, engage in Krishna's service in the temple, outside the temple. So, that's what Prabhupada wanted us to do. So, if we want to please Prabhupada and other devotees, then we will do what they say. So, like if husband loves the wife, then the wife says, "Get me a new sari." Then husband will go and buy a new sari for the wife. Because of the attachment, they will try to please. But that's material. But I'm saying the pure devotee wants that we become pure devotees also. So that is the desire of the pure devotees. So we can make them happy by becoming pure devotee. Like they asked Prabhupada, what pleases you the most? What did he say? What pleases his most
If you
is
love Krishna.
if you love
If you
Krishna.
love Krishna.
Yeah. So like that. Pure devotee loves Krishna. So if he love Krishna, then he will also be happy. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think other thing he was also saying that if you cooperate each other, because this is
Correct.
other thing is that in this world, in this Kali Yuga, there's a conflict in very tiny things.
Yeah.
So if you cooperate each other and understands their point of view is also pleasing for
Yeah.
him.
Yes. So we have to cooperate to push on this Krishna consciousness movement. We may not agree with each other,
To
but at least we can agree on serving Krishna. We may not agree on certain points of whatever, but everybody agrees that we have to serve Krishna. Right? So that on that principle we can cooperate. Yeah.
completing each other, like if you are trying to make somebody give up their promises and commitments and then get attached to that person and then make him or her be with you, then that is also a sin, right?
Yeah, if we make somebody lose Krishna consciousness, then that's, yeah, we are like, that's not good. We have to help others to become Krishna conscious, not take them away from Krishna consciousness. Correct.
Yeah, like if somebody's behavior makes us lose our faith in Lord Krishna entirely, and we've known that devotee since a long time, then that would be a disaster for
But we
them
have to
as
see
well
that,
as everyone.
but we have to see that everybody is, this is like a hospital. So it's not like everybody is a pure devotee. Only the pure
Right.
devotees, yeah. So everybody has, I have also my disease, others also have their disease. So if we feel like we take inspiration from whomever we feel inspired by, it's not like, okay, person A does not inspire me. Then you take, then there is another person B who is inspiring you. Then you take association with person B.
Mhm.
So, but
Yeah.
ultimately,
And
we don't leave the movement, right? We don't say, oh no, I will, because person A does not inspire me, I am just going to not associate with devotees. Okay, if person A does not inspire, then take association with person B. Yeah,
mhm. So they say that we are on a boat of Krishna consciousness, and if we are in a journey on the sea, and if there is a conflict on the boat, would you just fall into the sea, leave the boat?
yeah,
You'll fall into the sea, you'll drown. So that doesn't mean that you should leave Krishna consciousness and not associate with any devotee. You will drown in the material world. Just
Mhm.
change your association, find another good devotee.
Yeah, we have to swim until we reach the shore. That shore would be the correct devotee, like another devotee.
correct.
Well, you cannot swim in an ocean. You will drown.
Yeah,
That we are on a boat of Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada has given us this boat of, Krishna consciousness society, scriptures, chanting of the holy name. So we cannot leave this. But on that boat, there are so many devotees. There are many.
yeah,
Find a good devotee. If one devotee has, done something that, not Krishna consciousness,
Disturb the devotion entirely.
hmm so then find another devotee, good devotee.
That's what. Yeah.
okay. So then let's see. We finish the purport. Okay. When Shanda and Amarka, the sons of Shukracharya, observed that all the students, the sons of demons, were becoming advanced in Krishna consciousness because of the association of Prahlad Maharaj, they were afraid. Yeah, they became afraid. They approached the king of the demons and described the situation as it was. So they reported back to Hiranyakashipu. The words Buddhim Ekanta Sansthitam indicate that as an effect of Prahlad Maharaj's preaching, the students who listened to him became fixed in the conclusion that Krishna consciousness is the only object of human life. So they became like completely convinced that Krishna consciousness is the goal. The fact is that anyone who associates with a pure devotee and follows his instruction becomes fixed in Krishna consciousness and is not disturbed by materialistic consciousness. So we can say what instruction? Well, so many instructions are there. Chant 16 rounds every day, rise early. Ideally, Prabhupada wanted all these things to follow the morning program, to just follow, just accept the instructions. Read Bhagavatam, read his books every day. Like that. share Krishna consciousness with others, like that. Follow the regulative principles. So like that, we have to take the instructions. The instructions are whatever you eat, you offer it to Krishna. So these are the instructions, and Prabhupada says, so we are getting these instructions from Prabhupada, and following his instructions becomes fixed in Krishna and is not disturbed by materialistic consciousness. We will be disturbed because we are conditioned souls, so we don't immediately become pure. We'll be disturbed by material, but we keep wanting to purify, then it will become less, 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 less. The teachers particularly observed this in their students, and therefore they were afraid because the whole community of students was gradually becoming Krishna conscious. Okay, so then what is it? It's 8:50. We can hear something.
Even Krishna is also saying that my devotees are the greatest. And that reminds me of one story that the group of devotees are discussing that who is the greatest.
Oh.
So someone says that I I mean wind is the greatest, or no, cloud is the greatest. And then someone says that no, cloud is not great because wind can impel the ground wind. And someone said that no, mountain is greater than wind. It says that mountain can stop the wind flow. And then some other devotee says that no, earth is greater than because earth is holding the mountain. And someone says that no, these are not greatest because these are all made up by the Krishna Lord. The Lord is the greater than, he's the greatest, he's the creator. And then I think so all of them come to the Lord and he says that no, I'm not the greatest because my devotees are the greatest because they're carrying me in their heart. So, I mean, I was thinking that how the pure devotees, they don't have any desire. I mean, they don't even desire with Krishna also meeting or any liberations or something. So, if their heart is already pure, cleansed, there's no material desires, there's no contamination in their heart. So, if they speak, they transfer the same vibes and desire to the others, and they create the transformation even we see that even just by following their instruction, just by uh, hearing that what they are speaking, it creates a transformation. If we don't get the vapu seva also, physical association, but still there is a transformation is based on their instructions by following the instructions, of course. So, because the pure devotee is always carrying the Krishna in their heart, and that's the biggest thing, right? Even you see that all the
So what is
devotees, the
the
prayers, they all praying for the association of pure devotees. They don't want anything, any benediction. They just want to be associated with their pure devotees, and in that association, they can hear and glorify about Krishna.
so what is the what to say medicine, or what is the measurement we can take to stop the roaring distractions and come back to the heart?
What is the somebody like to answer Prachi's question?
So, how to tolerate distractions and stay in Krishna consciousness? Is that your question?
No, like we are already into this boat of Krishna consciousness, and
Mm-hmm.
there are these roaring distractions, and there are like so many what to say, when we are a pure devotee and when we speak, we unintentionally transfer the same vibes into others, and sometimes we get lost. So how to come back to the center of the heart where Lord Krishna resides?
I mean, there is no other process other than chanting the holy name, association of devotees, hearing Bhagavatam, and we realize that we are, being distracted from our goal of becoming a pure devotee. So do services to Krishna and with a sincere heart cry out to Krishna that I want to come back to you. Please guide me. There is no other process. Many people would come to Prabhupada and tell about their problems. Prabhupada, I have this, I have that. Prabhupada would always give one answer. Chant your 16 rounds very nicely, praying to Krishna in a helpless mood. Krishna, I need your help. So that is the solution to all problems.
One has to convince that except Krishna, no one can help you. So if you're convinced that, okay, this is the Krishna is the only who can help me. And so then you think about what is the process? How can I approach Krishna? So then you think it's like a process. You go one step, another step, like that, step by step. So you chant, read, come in the association of, devotees, meet here, like they go to the temple and meet the devotees there, hear their instructions, and not just hearing, we should contemplate and follow the instructions, because without following, no transformation comes. So yeah, these are the process. If you want to make a ghee, you have to go to the process. You have to make a yogurt, and then you churn the yogurt and take out the butter and then heat up, and then you found the ghee. So yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's great. Like Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you, Preeti and Sugandha, both.
Thank you for your questions. So we will hear one class by Keshav Maharaj in Vrindavan. Let me share with sound.
Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jaya Jaya Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We won't do that today, otherwise we won't get Bhakti Tattva Gyan. Every single truth, every Kaviraj Goswami, when he writes the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he has a very deliberate strategy. It's a masterpiece. It's explained, Chaitanya Charitamrita Nitya Karapan Jaha Hoite Premananda Bhakti Tattva Gyan. Says, brothers, sisters, you should read daily Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jaha Hoite, by doing so, Premananda, you will experience the happiness of love, and at the same time, Bhakti Tattva Gyan. Every single truth, every single insight, every single lesson one needs to learn about Bhakti can be found within the CC. But before Kaviraj Goswami begins to narrate the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, he begins with a Mangalacharan. We also do Mangalacharan before we begin. It goes on for maybe a few minutes. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Mangalacharan goes on for 12 chapters. We won't do that today, otherwise we won't get into that. And his Mangalacharan basically covers 5 main things. In chapters number 1 and 2, he's describing who is Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. He is the self-same Supreme Person. Then, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Why does Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even come to this world? So chapters number 3 and 4, he deals with that question, explaining the external and the internal reasons. Then, who does Mahaprabhu perform his pastimes with, who are his closest associates. So then chapters number 5, 6 and 7 deal with the Panchatattva, Mahaprabhu's associates. And then how was Mahaprabhu's story documented? So then the 8th chapter deals with the story of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and how he comes to Sri Vrindavan Dham, and on the banks of Radha Kund, Shyama Kund compiles this masterpiece. And then when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the world, how did the movement go on? That is described in 9, 10, 11 and 12, because there we hear about the Bhakti Kalpataru. So like this, Kaviraj Goswami is very deliberate. Before you can appreciate the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, you need to know, who is Mahaprabhu? How did he come? Who are his main associates? How was his story documented? And how does his movement continue to proliferate all over the world? And by the way, Srila Prabhupada said, ISKCON is the latest branch in the Bhakti Kalpataru. So that's very nice, because that means we're not just reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we're in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Adyapiha Shai Leela Kaha Gauraroy Kona Kona Bhagyavan Dekhi Parapoy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are going on even today. Kona Kona Bhagyavan, but who is that very fortunate person who has taken the mood and mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and instilled it within their heart? Dekhi Barapoy, they can see all the magic, all the mystical things. It's all going on. So therefore, we have to be a little bit patient. Before we can hear the pastimes, we have to taste some philosophy, isn't it? Like when you have a meal, you have to have some shukta first. A little bitter. But the digestion goes, then the sweet can come. So, Kaviraj Goswami says, Siddhanta boliye chite, na kada alash, iha hoite Krishna lage sudrita manash. When it comes to Siddhanta, understanding philosophy, na kada alash, don't be lazy. Don't skip over. Don't say, oh no, that's for some other scholarly devotee. No. Iha hoite, by doing so, Krishna lage sudrita manash, the mind becomes fixed. So we need a soft heart and a strong mind. Krishna consciousness means you need a soft heart and a strong mind. So today we're reading from Adi Leela, chapter number 4, entitled The Confidential Reasons for the Lord's Appearance. And today we're reading from text number 60.